Hi, Mr. Stoner. How are you?
Okay.
I represent Doug Brown. How many lights on the ECR panel did you see? On the engine control panel that you referenced that had the shutdown lights. How many lights were on there?
What do you mean by lights?
You mean
I mean,
There are buttons, correct, with lights.
well, you got more than just one little indication of lights on there. I mean, certain lights go to something else. There's engine lights. If you're talking about on the semi-rate control, depending on which panel, it could have been like a thruster showing thrusters on or thrusters off or engine on or.
Okay, the panel that's on the wall.
Okay,
Okay. And what side is that, port or starboard?
it was on port.
All right. And how would you describe it? Is it about 1.5 feet by 3 feet?
It's roughly about 2.5 to 3 feet tall and about two feet wide, possibly.
Okay. And the lights that you call the engine shutdown lights,
No, it's emergency shutdowns.
emergency shutdowns, where are they located on that panel?
They'll be on the right side of it.
Top, middle, bottom?
It's all along the right side of it.
The right side of the panel.
Yes,
And you say you saw 3 in some sort of sequence. 3, is that correct?
yes,
And there were 2 engines running.
yes.
What was the third light for?
I would not know what ESDs were shut down or pushed.
If an engine is not running, then that light would not, that engine shutdown light wouldn't come on. Emergency shutdown light.
Unless,
correct?
I ain't gonna say because I don't know for sure on that.
Okay, but for sure only 2 engines were running.
I know for a fact there was 2 engines running that night.
And for sure, at least 3 of those emergency shutdown lights that pertain to those engines.
I do not know that.
Okay,
They may have been to somewhere else.
okay.
There's,
Well, but in your mind, you said the right side of the panel were these lights, right?
Right.
That's
There's
what
2
you just.
sets of lights or 2 sets of buttons going up and down on that their right side of that their panel.
Right. It's like 2 columns?
There's 2 columns of buttons on that.
All
Now,
right.
what those there buttons go to, unless I was looking on a certain screen, I cannot say because I do not know. I can find out if I had a screen.
Would a picture help? No, okay.
Light, but
All
you're
right.
not gonna look at
Okay, sorry. I just want to make it clear, though, because the testimony that you just gave indicates that 3 of those lights were actually engaging. They were changing colors.
Well, I mean, all I saw, as soon as I saw them, they was white. Now, they may have changed because as soon as I saw those there 3 or 5, the next thing I know it, I was hit with a door.
And I understand, and is it possible that those lights pertain to some other function other than the emergency shutdown? Those particular lights?
It could be you went to something else.
Okay. Now, the doors that blew in, or you said they blew in, correct?
Yes, sir.
But they're supposed to open out.
Yes, sir.
And what do they open out from the ECR, which is an engine control room? What do they go to?
A switchgear room.
Okay. And what's in there?
There'll be switch gears and a transformer.
Transformer. Do you know if that room is what they call, I guess, explosion-proofed?
It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be, that door was supposed to be an explosion-proof door.
Yes, sir, but the items in it, are they explosion-proof?
As far as I know, they're supposed to be sealed off where they can't, no gas get in there or,
All right. No gas get in there, is that what you said?
no, that's the way I see it. I mean, they're supposed to be airtight.
But doesn't it get its air the same place the ECR gets its air?
I wouldn't know.
And once again, the ECR gets its air from where close to the rig floor, is that correct?
The air in the,
Talking about the engine room or the engines themselves?
Engine control room.
You talking about the engine control room?
Yes, sir.
Wants to know if the engine control room, where it gets its air.
the engine control room gets its air from, I would say possibly the same place, but I could not say positively because I didn't chase down no
I
dampeners.
understand. And so your opinion, I heard, was that the engines were revving up because there was gas in the room and it was sucking in that gas.
Counsel, he didn't say that.
Well, you're Transocean's counsel, is that correct?
Did you miss it the first time I said that?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So,
that's true, but it's still not correct.
well, I think he can correct me if I'm
I
wrong.
just did. It's not correct.
Let's try it again. Do you have an opinion what was causing the steady generator, the steady engines that are set at 720 RPMs to go up in revolutions?
If you know, answer. If you don't know, don't speculate.
I do not really truly know what caused it.
Okay, but you did hear it.
Yes, I did hear.
Do you know what they revved up to?
No,
Did they rev up enough to cause a trip?
I would not know.
Do you know what the trips are set to shut down those engines? What revolutions they're set at?
Right offhand, no.
Are there 3 trips, a mechanical trip, an electronic trip, and the rig saver?
I believe so, yes, sir.
And do you know if either one of those 3 worked for engine 3? Do you know for sure?
Yes. Whenever we do our PMs, you trip the rig savers automatically to check them and check that out. And then the ETs are supposed to be checking out the governors, stuff like that.
I'm sorry, my question was bad. Do you know if it worked the night of April 20th?
I wasn't down there.
Okay. If Mr. Brown rather said that they did not work, would you agree with him since he was there?
No, you're not here to agree at this.
I ain't trying to agree with him or not.
Yes, sir. Did the room where you were in, sir, did it ever go dark?
Yes.
Do you know what caused it to go dark?
Well, as soon as we had an explosion, I feel like it shut the generators completely off.
I see. So it's your testimony that the explosion occurred first and then you went dark?
Yes, as far as I could tell.